Hello and welcome back to my show. Direct Dil Se presents Bad Engineer in association with Dream Publications, Infinite Dreams, Infinite Possibilities. इस शो को स्टार्ट करने से पहले मैं ये बता दूं कि ये शो इज डेडिकेटेड टुवर्ड्स शेयरिंग आवर एक्सपीरियंसेस। तो इस शो को एंड तक देखें और अगर ये किसी भी तरह से आपके लिए फ़ायदेमंद होता है तो प्लीज़ लाइक करें, कमेंट करें और सब्सक्राइब करें टू द चैनल डायरेक्ट दिल से। आइए लेट्स स्टार्ट।
Welcome to my show. Before I start this session, I would like to let my viewers know कि the main reason and the idea behind this show is to share our experiences, and it's not a one shoe fits all scenario. So आप please वीडियो को end तक देखें, जो भी आपको लगे was useful for you, आप उसे अपने लिए इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं। अगर आपको कुछ पसंद ना आए तो प्लीज लेट अस नो, कमेंट इन द कमेंट बॉक्स, और प्लीज लाइक करें, शेयर करें और सब्सक्राइब करें टू द चैनल। नाउ कमिंग टू वन ऑफ माय बिगेस्ट inspiration when I was growing up, मिस्टर अनुराग आनंद, जो जिनको हम बच्चे सब चंदन भैया करके बोलते थे, एंड ही हैड हिज ओन ऑरा ड्यूरिंग हिज टाइम कि भाई बहुत ही सीरियस बंदा है। तो बिफोर आई start this and start your introduction, I would like you to just introduce yourself to my viewers, आपकी upbringing और आप कहाँ से हो basically.
ठीक है. Okay, so um, starting off with what I do right now. ठीक है, starting off with my current introduction. So right now I work as a senior global program manager for an automotive company. What we do is we make cooling fan modules for vehicles, and I'm basically a global program manager. So launching the same program in multiple global locations, like China, Europe, Americas, North and South America, and even in Middle East sometimes. So I develop and launch programs in all these different locations. I work with multiple car OEMs like Volkswagen, General Motors. देखो, तुम लोगों ने देखा होगा कि एक बहुत common vehicle है. For the people who have some exposure to automotive market, you would have seen vehicles like GMC Terrain या Chevy Equinox या फिर Cadillac XT4 वगैरह. So those are all my programs. I launch fans into all those cars. Now, how did I get here? It's a very very meandering, twisting, turning kind of story, and it's like it's a true testament to the fact that man plans and God laughs, right? So basically, I was born into a very very middle class family in probably one of the smallest towns in India, Jamtara, and I grew up together with a very close group of friends, which I can't express how grateful I am for that, because that preserved my innocence for the longest time. Uh, Chotu's older brother Sumit was one of my best friends. We grew up together, from the time that we were small kids, learning how to bike, how to ride a bicycle. I mean, even before that, doing the Diwali, and then burning firecrackers, and then going around the next morning trying to scavenge for the unexplored. Starting from that time all the way till our +2, and then +2 के बाद का जो तैयारी वगैरह, everything. So we had this journey together. Chotu, I mean Amit Kumar Besra, Sumit Besra, his older brother, and a couple other friends who were very close to me. So I was born to a middle class family. My father is a doctor, and my mother is a housewife. And the name of the small town is Jamtara. You may have, it became famous now because of a Netflix series, I guess. But it used to be a very small town. It still is, on the main line between Kolkata and New Delhi. Uske baad, I went through the normal schooling process. I went to a convent school in Chittaranjan. Finished my class 10th with relatively good score. It was 85.5%, maybe nothing now, but at that point of time, it used to have some meaning to it. Then after that, I did my plus two. Interesting thing about plus two was that I got I got admitted to a good school in Ranchi, DPS Ranchi, but then I felt so homesick that I came back. I ran back to Jamtara, and then I was admitted to DAV Rupnarayanpur, where I finished my plus two from. After finishing my plus two, I kind of dropped off for a bit to prepare for medical entrance examinations. Did not pan out. Fortunately, I had mathematics in my class 12, so I could pursue my engineering option as well. Fortunately, I got a more than decent college for the kind of score that I had in Karnataka. The name of the college was Jawaharlal Nehru National College of Engineering in Shimoga. After finishing my engineering from there, I was very fortunate to be placed immediately into a company called Caritar, which then for some time was known as Keane, Keane, and now it's known as NTT Data. It's right now. I mean, it has like multiple locations in India. I was based out of Bangalore. It has a location on South End Road and Bull Temple Road. Those two places. I was based out of South End Road location. Actually, I got placed 1 year before graduating. Like the first company I interviewed for, I managed to clear that. So the last year of engineering was very pleasant. More than pleasant, I would say. I had a lot of fun. No studies after that. And after working for around 3 years, I quit my job and I came to US for my MBA. And after finishing my MBA, then I started working for the company that I am in right now. I went to work in Hong Kong and China. I was a Hong Kong employee. Our head offices were in Hong Kong and manufacturing plant was in China. So I was going back and forth a lot between the two places. During my MBA in US, I also managed to do an internship in Thailand. There's a place called Sriracha. It's very close to Bangkok. It's like, I think 145 kilometers from there. Beautiful place, very nice location, beaches, hills, everything. So I'm very grateful for that 4 months internship there. And I worked in China for 3.5 years. And then my company moved me to US. I'm currently based out of Plymouth in Michigan. Plymouth is a suburb of Detroit. Right, so Chicago is 4 hours from here, and then Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is 4 hours in a different direction. Canada is very close. I can literally drive over to Canada, and they allow us to drive over with our own car. So you can just literally go to the border and then, have a customs immigration clearance done, and then just drive all the way into Canada. So that's my little bit of my background. I went through the same struggles. Coming back to the initial part of my life, I went through the same struggles and the tasks and travails of normal middle class family guy, being born and brought up in a small town, blissfully unaware of the complications of the world, no idea, nothing, very innocent. Only focusing on the next day or maybe the next month or the next exam that he has to appear in. That's all that I was ever concerned about. Had no long-term plans. And this actually put me at a disadvantage once I came out of Jamtara, when I went to Ranchi or Delhi for a short while, or even when I went to Bangalore, to work for this company. It put me, this ignorance and this innocence put me at a disadvantage. But to be honest, I would not trade it for anything. I would, that is something that's very close to my heart. I would still keep it that way. One of the things that I think we missed back in my small town was that we were not competitive enough. We did not know how the people, or how the candidates in other parts of India, especially the major cities, are preparing for competitions. They get started very early, and we left it for way too late, and then we were always playing catch up. It was never a question of being ahead of the game. We were only just playing catch up.
So I would like to interrupt you here. So when we are talking about competition, तो हमारे समय में, और जब आप तो हम लोग से पहले थे, तो during that time we didn't had that kind of guidance. आज के बच्चे जो ज्यादा prepared हैं, उनके पास बहुत सारा material है देखने के लिए, जानने के लिए, समझने के लिए कि उन्हें क्या करना है. आपके समय में शायद उतना मटेरियल अवेलेबल नहीं था, गाइडेंस अवेलेबल नहीं था, तो हम सिर्फ 2 ही स्ट्रीम्स के बारे में जानते थे. अगर साइंस ले रहे हो तो either you will become a doctor या इंजीनियर. तो ऐसे सिनेरियोज में when you are in a dilemma, तो आपको how do you choose कि क्या करना चाहिए? क्योंकि अगर if I look back now, अगर if I ask the same question to 16-17 year old, तो उस वक्त उतना माइंड क्लियर नहीं होता है कि करना क्या है. हम सब भेड़ चाल में सब वही कर रहे होते हैं कि पीयर ग्रुप जो कर रहा है सब हम वही करेंगे. So how do you differentiate how important it is to self analyze कि आप जरूरी नहीं कि सिर्फ इंजीनियरिंग ही करो, और भी बहुत सारे स्कोप्स हैं. अपने आप को समझो and then explore what you want to do.
See, actually, here's the thing. Having grown up and having been through a lot of different experiences, but actually, I don't really mind that bhed chal. I'll tell you why. देखो, with the passing time, तुम notice करोगे कि undergraduate या फिर इंडिया में हम लोग graduation बोलते हैं. Graduation is not that important anymore. Remember that, because ठीक है, it builds a base. आप उस base पे capitalize करते हो, that you never forget that base. But in the end, what you end up doing 5, 10, 15 years after graduating can be something totally different. Totally different. It does not matter at all. ठीक है. अभी तुम you can take an example of your older brother. Like medical पढ़ने के बाद he went to MBA and like, illustrious career है ना, and then he is in IRS and, right now. So where you will end up is something you cannot decide at such an early age. Okay, so do whatever makes sense to you at that time. Now, I know कि ideally we would like to make a very out of the box decision and think about कि ठीक है इतना कुछ कर सकते हैं, and look at all the different scenarios and perspectives and then make an informed decision. But in practical life, that's not possible, because you have to understand that the biggest influence for you in your life are your parents and your peer group, and that's all the information that you're getting. If, for example, if I just go down to Jamtara now, I pick up a high school guy and say, hey, तुम ये सब भी कर सकते हो, वो मेरे पास सुनेगा ही नहीं, उसको समझ में भी नहीं आएगा, get confused. And why would he make a decision based on this rare information जो उसको कहीं से मिला हो, offbeat type से? Why would he do that? So I would say कि it doesn't even matter. Go ahead with the flow. जो सब लोग कर रहे हैं वो करो. The only thing is, keep the stress level low so your personality develops. Don't get too much into it thinking that okay ये नहीं हुआ तो जान चली जाएगी, which we used to do, which I did, which I'm guilty of doing, right? ये नहीं हुआ तो कुछ नहीं होगा, खत्म हो गया सब कुछ. That is not the thing. That is the worst thing that you can do for yourself or do to yourself. Okay? When looking back in time, one of the worst mistakes that I made was dropping those 2 years. I honestly believe कि 2 साल जो drop किया मैंने +2 के बाद, that was the biggest mistake of my life. Because क्या होता, I mean, focusing on what kind of colleges you want to get into is basically not important. What you do is, okay, ठीक है, give it your best shot. Medical करना है तो उसमें इसके अच्छा shot लगाओ. Engineering करने के लिए कोशिश करो. उसके बाद जो मिलता है उसमें चले जाओ. Because in the long run, आप किस कॉलेज से पास करके निकल रहे हैं, it does not matter. This is my one key input that you should all understand कि आप किस कॉलेज से पास करके निकल रहे हैं. It will stop mattering after at least ये graduation वाला जो part है, it will stop mattering after 4-5 years of your graduation. Nobody will even ask you those questions. Believe me, I have known guys from very unknown colleges, people who just went to some run-of-the-mill college in Bangalore, had very bad ranks, in their CET. It used to be CET back in the day. But when it came to working, brilliant. Something just clicked. I'm giving you an example of this one guy I used to know. I won't take his name because if he sees the video, he'll probably not be happy. That guy, he was from what's the jagah? Bolpur. Shantiniketan jahan pe hai na,
Yeah.
he was from Bolpur. It's even a smaller town than Jamtara, I think. And he was from Bolpur, very introvert. I would say, at the risk of sounding a little bit, off track, I would say that he was not very good at studies in engineering college as well. He struggled, with all the different subjects. But when it came to computers and programming, there's something clicked in him. There's something clicked in him. I can't put that into words. It just clicked. He would, we would be like mugging up with big programs and oh my God, what's going to happen, stressing out. And he would be like chill. He would just be like relaxed, go to a lab and execute the most complicated programs in a matter of minutes and out. And I told him over and over again that it's all a matter of time till a company finds you, till a company realizes what you really are. And that eventually happened. And he is right now he lives close to Seattle. I think he's doing really well in life. And, again, so it did not matter what +2 score was for him or which college he went to. It was that just one thing that clicked for him, right? Then similarly,
when ये तो सही है, लेकिन when आप उस उम्र के दायरे में जब आप होते हैं between 16 to 18, तो आपके ऊपर although ना चाहते हुए भी एक societal pressure है, parental pressure है, भले ही वो शायद बोला ना जा रहा हो, लेकिन आपको वो pressure, stress feel होता है कि you have to prove yourself. So how do you manage in those situations? How do you do that stress management कि इतना भी अपने ऊपर ना ले ले कि हाथ से ही सब निकल जाए?
नहीं, देखो, हाथ से कुछ नहीं निकलता. Again, remember one thing. ये चीज I like to tell all the people that I know that अपने आप को खुश करना या दुखी करना या स्ट्रेस करना ये आप खुद करते हैं. आप किसी और से नहीं होते. ऐसा नहीं कि आपके पेरेंट्स ने आपको प्रेशराइज कर दिया और आप आपकी तबीयत खराब हो गई या फिर आप नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, यू फेल एंड यू ब्लेम उनकी वजह से. It's none of that. Even in life, you move forward, right? You will realize when you're in relationships also, same thing. आपको कोई खुश या दुखी नहीं करता, आप खुद को खुश और दुखी करते हैं. ठीक है. You have to understand कि आप कितना स्ट्रेस ले रहे हैं, किस बात को आप किस तरीके से ले रहे हैं, किस बात को आप कहाँ पे फील कर रहे हैं, इसकी वजह से आप दुखी हो रहे हैं. तो जो आदमी है वो तो करेगा ही, जो उसका जो नेचुरल नेचर है या जो उसको आपको प्रेशराइज करना है करेगा ही. How you take it, that is the most important thing. तो इसमें क्या है कि फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप +2 में है, आपको दिख रहा है कि कोई लड़का है जो कि एकदम बिल्कुल सुबह से लेकर शाम तक लगा हुआ है पढ़ाई करने में, he's getting amazing grades, उसका IIT में हो गया, और आप सोच रहे हैं कि यार मैं तो क्या नंबर भी ठीक नहीं आया, क्या हो रहा है मेरा, है ना, and you're thinking all these things. So you are putting yourself under pressure. What you have to do is have some belief in yourself कि मैं बिल्कुल ही बेवकूफ नहीं हूँ. I'm not like absolutely good for nothing. ऐसा नहीं है. I am a smart individual. Maybe अभी नहीं चल रहा है, but I will find it. जो काम करके मैं अच्छा कर सकता हूँ, वो I'll find that काम. And sooner or later, be it in engineering, be it in medical, be it simple graduation, be it something else, I will find that mojo. जहाँ पे कि I will excel. And once I find that, then I'll be fine. So अभी का जो time है present, इसमें I'll give my best effort, but I won't take it to my heart. I would not take that as a judgment on my capabilities. I would not take it like that. ठीक है, ये चीज important है सोचना, और इस चीज को अपने पेरेंट्स को भी कम्युनिकेट करो. One thing, I think हम लोग ना काफी गलत तरीके से लेते हैं अपने पेरेंट्स के प्रेशर को. In my general opinion, okay, I think the parents only want to see your effort. I mean, in general, most parents, ठीक है, उनको गुस्सा तब आता है, उनको खराब तब लगता है जब देखते हैं कि आप एफर्ट ही नहीं लगा रहे. As your parents, they know कि what you are capable of, and they see कि आप ऐसे ही पढ़े हुए हो, magazines पढ़ रहे हो, TV देख रहे हो, games खेल रहे हो, and then they see कि भाई, I mean, you have so much potential, but you're not putting that effort. If you put that effort in and you don't succeed, you will see a different face of your parents. They will come back and say, okay, नहीं, तुम लोगों ने मतलब you tried, but maybe you succeed in something else. I mean, I must say कि you are a parent now, and you know this कि the parenting that our parents did was amazing. मतलब कि जिस तरीके से हम लोग grow up करना, हम लोगों को एकदम right amount of freedom भी देना, और थोड़ा सा गाइडेंस भी देना, है ना. इट वाज लाइक अमेजिंग. अभी तो सोचकर भी लगता है कि कैसे किया उन्होंने, है ना. तो इट रियली इज.
हाँ.
तो इसलिए वो प्रेशर नहीं लेने का है कि सोसाइटी में क्या चल रहा है, उसका कहाँ हो गया, वो उसका कोई कहीं कहीं और हो गया, कैसे हो गया, all those things. I mean, none of that actually matters. What matters is what you take out of your engineering and how, or medical or any other graduation, and how do you use that afterwards. Okay, I have plenty of examples, and I think so do you. The people coming out of unheard of colleges, making a lot of money, doing amazingly. I mean, doing amazing in many of the other jobs, just because if they found that one clicking thing that that worked for them, that made them click basically. So बस वही है, पता है, nothing else matters. Just
लेकिन
cool.
still when we consider this कि when we are growing up we always see कि success is being rewarded या मतलब encouraged किया जाता है कि you have to come first या first second third rank holders बनो, but how important it is to accept the failures as well. कितना आपको मतलब फेलियर से भी सीखने को मिलता है, प्लस ऑल्सो हाउ इम्पोर्टेंट इट इज टू हैव अ सपोर्ट सिस्टम पर से कि आप जरूरी नहीं कि शायद उस मोमेंट एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम आपके पास हमेशा कोई हो जिसके कंधे पर सर रख कर आप अपनी बातें बोल सके. सो अकेले बहुत मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम हम लोग अकेले रह जाते हैं इन अ शेल कि शायद पेरेंट्स के साथ नहीं शेयर कर पाए व्हाट वी आर गोइंग थ्रू या दोस्त के साथ नहीं शेयर कर पाए. तो वो जब आप कंप्लीटली वल्नरेबल हो, अकेले हो, उस वैसे मोमेंट्स में आप अपने आप को कैसे सेल्फ मोटिवेटेड रखो या किस तरह से अगर आप फेल हुए हो उसको कैसे एक्सेप्ट करो और आगे बढ़ो.
So basically, again, let's define failure. For example, what is failure? आप जो अचीव करना चाह रहे हैं क्या वो अचीव नहीं कर पाए, is that a failure? Or something that you think कि this is the worst situation possible, this could never happen, even if I manage to do something, I'm not like completely below the cutoff, but ये नहीं हो पाया तो I'm done. ठीक है. So it's like bare minimum versus ambition. आप failure किसको consider करते हैं? So define the failure as per your own own requirement, own definition. But remember one thing कि जैसे भी define करते हैं आप, failure is just one step. It's nothing else. जिसमें हम अपना ये कर रहे थे, I think I was preparing for my medical exams and all that, है ना. So I tried, I could not, I did not manage to pass. तो उस समय हुआ कि ठीक है भाई, I could not qualify and बहुत खराब लग रहा है, depression लग रहा है. In the hindsight, looking back, I feel कि I shouldn't have felt that way. I should have just felt कि ठीक है. Always think about the next step. What next? What next? Medical में नहीं हुआ, so what next? And be optimistic about that next step. Don't dwell too much on the past. Don't dwell too much. ठीक है, learn from it. And think कि भाई ठीक है, if I go back and see, okay, I was not very serious. I should have done X, Y, Z things that I did not do. I could have done that. If I had done X, Y, Z things, maybe my effort would have been more productive. Maybe I would have been successful in achieving what I was setting out to. But what you should think about is कि आपको जो लग रहा है अभी का objective, आप अभी ये करना चाह रहे हैं, 5 साल बाद you will realize कि it was not even an objective. वो उस समय कुछ ऐसा हल्का सा feeling आया था, I want to be. It was nothing. It was just a fleeting kind of perception कि मुझे ये करना चाहिए. ठीक है. I mean, I have known a lot of people. I'll tell you what. You know about Sumit, है ना? He did his medical and then did his MBA. And you'll be surprised to know that in India it's not an exception. ऐसा नहीं कि बहुत कम लोग कर रहे हैं. I remember the time कि दिल्ली में एक college है, it's called IMI, International Management Institute. Again, it's a good business school. जब मैं उसका GDPI करने के लिए गया था, I found दो या तीन सीनियर आए हुए थे वहाँ पे उस समय, and उसमें से एक या दो तो they were all like मौलाना आजाद के पास out, I mean very smart guys, and they were saying yeah, we're doing PGDM in HR, and we think I think this is the way to go forward for me. I don't want to become a doctor anymore. I don't want to practice medicine anymore. Let me put that way. doctor to you for life, but I don't want to practice medicine anymore, and I want to go into corporate. So here's a path I chose. So इसलिए you never know what you end up doing. तो इसलिए किसी भी failure को बहुत ज़्यादा seriously लेना सही नहीं है. Don't and most importantly, don't take it as a judgment on your capabilities. कि ये नहीं हुआ तो I am good for nothing. ये बात नहीं है. That is absolutely not the case. Okay, it just means that you are yet to find what you are good at. That's it. Okay. But this also does not mean कि आप सारा ही पास छोड़ दें कि अच्छा मेडिकल में नहीं हुआ तो छोड़ करके इंजीनियरिंग में भी नहीं हुआ छोड़ करके I'll just not do anything. वो भी नहीं है. Follow some path. Keep biding your time. Keep working towards something. And later on you will realize कि ठीक है ये नहीं कुछ और करना था. Yeah, I can do something else, but you'll have the base at the beginning. See, that's why I say, कि आजकल लोग कहते हैं कि इंडिया में बहुत सारे engineers हैं, people are, a lot of engineers are coming out. I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing, because engineering gives you that base. It gives you a lot of intangible habits, intangible skills, and then you use those skills and habits in future for doing something totally different. तो जो आपने bookish knowledge जो आपने उस समय acquire किया, कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि आप exactly उसी को use करें, but it's important to have that base that engineering makes for you. Once you have that, then you can just keep on exploring. And also the other thing to understand is that high school के बाद you are immature. आपकी age क्या होती है? You barely have any experience of the world. You're only listening to your friends or what you see on TV or newspapers and all that. And based on such small amount of information, what decisions will you make? I mean, if you think ये decision will define your whole life, that's not. I mean, आपने क्या देखा ही क्या उसमें था? If you think about me, I was in Jamtara. Jamtara में okay, our concept was class 10th खत्म होता है, 3 महीने की छुट्टी है, अब मजे करो 3 महीने की छुट्टी में, +2 खत्म होता है, कहीं जाके एग्जाम दो. उतने छोटे से information subset से अब क्या decision लेंगे? So never think कि this is it, ये हो गया, अब कुछ नहीं होने वाला. Never think like that. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but जब हम class 10th में थे, I used to get so stressed. I used to start crying before exams and all that. कि क्या होगा मेरा अब तो गया खत्म. I'll fail. I never failed, but I used to have all those feelings at that time. But again, it was all totally pointless. आपको उसमें feel होगा वो सब कुछ, but it's not really that important.
Like coming to आपका the decision making process when you were completely initially focused on doing medical का entrance के लिए आप prepare कर रहे थे, and then you got into an engineering college. तो वो मतलब एक कैसे एक इंसान उसे डील करता है, मतलब because life is uncertain, कभी कुछ भी होता है लाइफ में, लेकिन when you are goal oriented अगर कोई हो and then suddenly वो goal उसे नहीं मिल रहा हो, so you tend to become frustrated कि अब क्या. And as you said कि you should always think about what's next. लेकिन उस दौरान अगर आप सोचो एक 16-18 साल के बच्चे के लिए what's next से ज्यादा उसका है कि the effort that I have put in did not मतलब मुझे result नहीं मिला उसका. So वो young mind, innocent mind जो होता है वो टूट जाता है. तो how do you still keep yourself intact कि ठीक है, let me keep going on?
देखो वो तो होगा. Okay, first of all, understand this कि in life at different points of time you will have that heartbreak. There's no way to circumvent that. ये नहीं है कि बिल्कुल last step पे I'll just sidestep something and not feel anything. We're human beings, we feel. ठीक है ना? So when I had to give up my dream, I felt very bad कि भाई क्या है, there was a heartbreak, and that will happen. And multiple times you will have that heartbreak, you will have that failure, that pain. वो होगा ही होगा. उसमें कोई, you can't escape that. ठीक है? The point is, how do you pick yourself up from there and decide कि ठीक है अब क्या करना है? तो मेरे साथ क्या था कि I kind of once I accepted the fact कि ठीक है, I'm not wasting more of my time on this. I have to go with what I have on hand. At that point of time, once you accept a failure, ठीक है, then it becomes easier. Once you accept it, ठीक है, यहाँ नहीं हुआ, now what next? Then you start thinking in that direction. अब क्या कर सकते हैं? if you hold on to the last thing, then basically it keeps dragging you back. So if you don't hold on to it, if you give up, ठीक है नहीं हुआ, now what next? ठीक है, तो शुरू में क्या बोले हम कि wasting of those 2 years was a mistake, है ना, वो नहीं करना चाहिए था. I should have just taken the first verdict and moved on with it, है ना. ठीक है, तो उसमें क्या होता है कि I would have saved time and I would have been able to क्या कहते हैं उसको, make better decisions much earlier in life. But it was not meant to be, so no regrets. It was how it had its own learning process, own time. Life में कुछ personal challenges थे, all of those things, So, but again, the most important thing is to accept the failure as it is. कि ठीक है, maybe I was not meant to do this.
लेकिन similar to आपका situation, मेरा भी situation वही था. When as दादा was also a doctor, मम्मी भी डॉक्टर, तो वही है कि सेम पाथ में जाना है. So मेडिकल का ही तैयारी करते करते the first year that I dropped out, और उसके बाद I understood कि नहीं, ये नहीं होगा, ये मैं 10 साल भी लगा लूं, ये नहीं होने वाला. And but दादा was always insistent कि 1 साल और ट्राई करो, हो जाएगा. And I told him कि मेरे से नहीं होगा, I'm not going to waste और ज्यादा नहीं कर सकते, because I saw so many of हमारे एज ग्रुप में या आपके समय से लोग 5-5 साल 6-6 साल मेडिकल का दिए जा रहे हैं. एंड इट वाज कि मैं नहीं कर सकता, ये नहीं हो रहा है, ठीक है कोई बात नहीं, मैं कुछ भी और कर लूंगा. So how important it is to self analyze कि ठीक है ये नहीं हो रहा है, ठीक है आगे बढ़ते हैं, what else can I do, मेरे strengths क्या है, weaknesses क्या है, शायद ये चीज करना सही रहेगा. Because you can't be 100% sure all the time कि ये decision ही सही decision है. So उसमें self analysis कितना important role play करता है?
देखो, अच्छा, first of all think about this way. सबसे when you decide something, when you make any kind of decisions, you think about, you start prioritizing, है ना, कि मेरे लिए क्या important है क्या नहीं है. उसमें मेरा गलती क्या था, I prioritized college over time. कि I can waste my time in order to get into a better college. So ये time कम priority है. People should make right decision at that time. I mean, okay, like I said, the decision can vary for different people, है ना, but you should make that decision very carefully, because क्या होता है ना, like I said, in the end, college doesn't matter. You managed to make the right decision much earlier than I did. है ना, I dropped 2 years, you dropped just 1 year. But उसमें क्या था कि मेरे साथ issue क्या था कि I was always falling behind by just a little bit. So I always had the feeling कि थोड़ा सा और कोशिश and then I'll be through, है ना. But again, इस बार थोड़ा सा और रह गया, थोड़ा सा तो it was always the थोड़ा सा वाला issue. That was the main thing for me. If I had not done very well, then I would have maybe. But no matter what, I think prioritizing the right things.
बाद में regret रह जाता है.
Yeah, I mean, ये चीज़ है.
So now coming to आपका engineering के when you were you always prepared कि अब ठीक है medicine के बाद जब when you started thinking about engineering, उस समय आपके दिमाग में already streams सोचा हुआ था कि I would opt for these या जो भी मिल जाए वो सही है? Because I have seen many students what they do is कि counseling के समय में if they are not getting a good college, then even if they are getting a good college but not a stream of their choice, they would let that college go. So आपके हिसाब से कितना important है, मतलब stream choose करना important है या college choose करना important?
Neither. Fortunately, neither. ना stream important है, college important है. Important है location. कहते हैं location. That's what is important. So if you are getting, let's say, an A+ college in some small town somewhere in Maharashtra or somewhere, some other state, and you are getting, let's say, B- college in Bangalore, go for the B- college in Bangalore. Okay? Because at the time of placement, that becomes more important. That becomes very, very, very important. Coming back to my decision making, I mean, क्या हुआ कि since pursuing engineering was not my first priority, what happened was that I became very street smart after that. So when I went to my engineering college, I became really street smart. But I mean, I don't know what happened. कहीं से कुछ neurons click हो गए. I mean, I became street smart. I figured कि ठीक है, I have a certain rank. I'll go and get the best college I can get into. ठीक है. Then rank में देखा. Unfortunately, during that time, IT was not doing very well. So in my college, IT में कम rank में भी मेरा हो गया. So I got to that college. उसके बाद जाने के बाद I started my studies in information science and engineering. I knew for a fact कि this is something I have not prepared for, and maybe I don't have an aptitude for this. So I have to be smart about it. I have to work hard, and I have to find a way to understand what's being taught in the class. ठीक है, ये जो था ना, this was totally different from what I was doing earlier. I had no preconceived notions. I was absolutely humble. कि ऐसा नहीं है कि पढ़ाएगा कोई और मुझे बिल्कुल समझ में आ जाएगा. None of that. I was like कि ठीक है, पढ़ाएगा और समझ में नहीं आएगा. It's up to me to make sure कि how I understand that. So what I started doing was this. Plus two में maths था, but I had not taken calculus very seriously. So would you believe it? What I did was I took one of my roommates. There was a guy from Patna, very smart guy, and most importantly, very good teacher. So I asked him to teach me mathematics, engineering के mathematics, and he would class से पढ़ के आते थे, and then he would teach me कि अच्छा ये कर लो, and then we used to have derivations. So how do you derive this from this, and then he would teach me that. And हम लोग का arrangement ये था कि if I pass my maths, then I'll treat you to dinner. तो हर बार होता था कि I have to pass, I have to get good grades in math, and then I would come back. और उसके बाद number आने के बाद उसको लेकर के चलो आज तुमको dinner. And so that was our understanding. But I did that because I was humble. I knew कि I don't know this, and I need to find a way to learn it. I need to find someone who can help me with this. And in that process, I managed to learn and do well in engineering as well. So that was the thing. I became humble after not succeeding in medical. I became humble in my career pursuits. And then
So in engineering में when we start, or जो people like us who are coming from small towns, और suddenly आप एक ऐसे मतलब engineering college का हिस्सा हो जहाँ हजार अलग अलग जगह से लोग आ रहे हैं, उनके different perspectives हैं, आप बहुत कुछ नया सीख रहे हैं. ऐसे में क्या होता है, बहुत लोग मतलब अब कॉलेज आ गए हैं, कुछ कंट्रोल वगैरह करने वाला कोई नहीं है, सब खुला आसमान है. अब इसमें बहुत लोग उस पाथ से या तो हट जाते हैं या फिर ग्रेड्स लो होने लगते हैं. मतलब सब अपनी तरह से चीजों को एंजॉय करते हैं. लेकिन आप क्या सजेस्ट करोगे कि वो 4 साल वो लोग एंजॉयमेंट भी बराबर करे, लेकिन ऐसा ना हो कि बाद में रिग्रेट करे कि थोड़ा सा पढ़ लिया होता जानते तो शायद आज वो काम आ सकता था. तो हाउ डू यू मेंटेन दोस 4 years कि कुछ गलत ना करे, या मतलब अपनी तरह से फोकस भी रहे और मतलब बैलेंस बनाए रहे?
देखो, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज टू डिफाइन अ बेयर मिनिमम बेंचमार्क. ठीक है, ये चीज इंपॉर्टेंट है बहुत ज्यादा. आई हैव सीन some really smart students starting to not do very well and then slide big time. ठीक है, the most important thing is that as a student you should define that benchmark कि जो हो जाए इतना हमको अचीव करना ही है. ठीक है, don't be too ambitious कि नहीं होगा तो कुछ हो जाएगा, ऐसा वैसा भी नहीं है. but define that benchmark कि कम से कम पास मार्क्स लाना है, अभी कम से कम फर्स्ट डिवीजन रखना है, कम से कम 70% मार्क्स लाने हैं. दैट बेंचमार्क आप डिफाइन कर लो, और उसको अचीव करने के बाद remaining of the time use that to have fun, because having fun is also important. ठीक है, I mean I can't tell you how proud I am of you that you went ahead and did so many different things, from guitar, from stand-up comedy to writing, all these things. It's बहुत कम लोग कर सकते हैं. And if you look at our this is one of the things that I wanted to say to you, or to you, your viewers as well. अगर आप प्लान देखोगे, लाइफ का जो प्लानिंग होता है आपका, when do you have the time to have fun? When? क्योंकि क्लास 10th आते आते आप क्लास 10th की पढ़ाई करते रहते हैं, तो you have उसको लेके प्रेशर होता है. So unless and until someone, especially in small towns, unless and until somebody really has a drive to do something different, you don't do something different. You just go शाम में थोड़ा सा गए, थोड़ा क्रिकेट खेल लिए, थोड़ा फुटबॉल खेल लिए, थोड़ा कहीं टहल के आ गए. So you don't have the urge to develop any other skill sets or develop a hobby, right? वो होता नहीं है. So you class 10 तक आप वैसे फेल कर जाते हो. Class 12 में आने के बाद you are in like extreme pressure कि भाई इसके बाद कुछ करना है. Now I have to be, I mean, serious about my life. तो वहाँ पे again you don't develop any hobbies or any habits. Engineering college में आने के बाद भी, I mean, हमारे साथ क्या था? We used to have 7 subjects plus 2 labs every semester, and then every subject used to have 3 internals. So we're talking about 21 internals, and then lab का 2 internals, so almost like 23 internals, and then उसके बाद externals, है ना? And all of this within a period of I think around 4 months. Yeah, I think 3.5 months, because उसके बाद we used to have like 2 weeks का study break and then exams and then 1.5 महीने घर में छुट्टी, है ना? So within 3.5-4 months आपको इतने सारे tests देने हैं, and then you have to come to the class, notes लिखना है, इतना कुछ करना है. So many of the people give up. That's why they start sliding. It's not that they think कि नहीं, they give up कि मुझसे नहीं होगा. I've gotten into something that I can't handle. But I think that's the issue, कि आपको minimum benchmark define करना ही पड़ेगा. Otherwise, what will happen is कि you will start to look back and regret that time. कि ये engineering college में मैं पहुंचा, and what did I do? I mean, for so many years I spent there, did nothing. Eventually, it may not even matter. I know lots of people who did not do so well in the engineering, but after graduating, now they're doing amazing. Now they are all over the world. They're doing really well. The families have, and they're earning well. They're in good positions and all that. Engineering eventually did not matter for them. But what I feel is that engineering is a stop in your life. And so think about different stops. Class 10 का एक stop था, 12th का एक stop था, competitive exams का एक stop था, engineering एक stop है, इसका job एक stop. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए किसी stop में क्या crash कर रहे हैं कि हाँ तो हुआ ही नहीं, ये stop, इस stop को मैं भूल जाना चाहता हूँ. ऐसा नहीं हुआ है ना. I mean, you have some fun and all that. One of the things that I want to mention here, okay, and I really hope that your viewers take that in the right way. Okay, हम लोग engineering college में आके हर चीज पे फोकस करते हैं, पढ़ाई पे फोकस करते हैं, गर्लफ्रेंड पे फोकस करते हैं, घूमने पे फोकस करते हैं. But there's one very important thing that we don't focus on, which in my opinion, I mean, after having all this experience, is probably the most important thing that a career-oriented individual should be focusing on, and that is called networking. Network. That's, आप सोच के देखो, जब आप कॉलेज में आते हो, आपके ऊपर तीन बैचेस हैं आपके ऊपर. So the senior most people will have 3 years plus of experience once you graduate, है ना? So once you graduate and you're looking for a job, आपका placement नहीं हुआ, आप job खोज रहे हैं, depression में हैं, walk-ins में जा रहे हैं, एक लगातार कोशिश कर रहे हैं, कहीं हो नहीं रहा है, Indeed.com, Naukri.com कोशिश किए जा रहे हैं, हो नहीं रहा है. All of that can just work out in a quick moment if one of your seniors who has enough experience just forwards your resume to the right people. You can end up getting a job immediately right there. तो network करना काफी important है. Networking and sincere networking. ऐसा नहीं कि आप जबरदस्ती किसी के चापलूसी कर रहे हैं कि भाई बाद में नौकरी, ऐसा नहीं. Get to know them, and I mean get to know the people, आपके seniors हैं, and develop that rapport कि हाँ भैया अभी तो मैंने engineering join ही किया है, can you give me some advice कि how do I survive 4 years of engineering, या फिर ये subject बहुत difficult लग रहा है, what is your advice. हम लोग ये करते ही नहीं है. ये हम लोगों के बैच में कुछ लड़के थे जो करते थे, but I was one of them जो कभी नहीं, I never did anything like this. I had like I don't think I'm in touch with any of my seniors right now, but that was one thing that I missed out. I really missed out. I'll tell you one of the things, one of the ways how it helps you a lot. सोच के देखो, किसी कंपनी में अभी तुम काम कर रहे हो, ठीक है, you are working in a software company, you're working in a team. तो उस टीम में मान लो, and India is a developing country, jobs लोग change करते रहते हैं quickly. मान लो कोई एक ऐसा लड़का है जो 6 महीने 8 महीने के बाद he quits the company. It happens a lot, right? He quits the company. He leaves your team and goes away. Now, what option does your boss has? I mean, what options does he have? He has to go to the HR and say कि भाई ठीक है, जॉब का रिक्वेजिशन निकालो, Indeed.com पे, फिर ऑनलाइन निकालो, कंपनी के वेबसाइट पे निकालो, या फिर कहीं जाके हायर करो, हायरिंग ड्राइव निकालो, लोगों को इंटरव्यू करो. All of this costs money and time. So every company prefers it if you go to them and say कि अच्छा ठीक है, I know this one guy, he doesn't have a lot of experience, तुरंत पास किया है, यहाँ वहाँ internship कर रहा है, but I think he's a very hardworking guy, and he can, he can be brought up to speed very quickly. They will interview that guy very quickly and make him an offer within a couple of days. And trust me, the salary that they will offer is much higher than what the HR will offer to a fresh graduate. Because इनके पास already एक framework है कि ये बंदा छोड़ के गया, इसको कितना मिल रहा था, तो उसी के ball park में इसको offer कर सकते हैं, है ना? So it's not that difficult. So you end up making more than what you would have made following the normal process. इसलिए आपके ऊपर 3 बैचेस हैं. अगर आप हर बैच में 5 से 6 सीनियर से भी अगर अच्छा कॉन्टैक्ट बना लेते हैं, अगर आप, you have a good bunch of like 18-20 people that you can refer to. You can seek their advice, you can talk to them. Yeah, they'll be your friend circle में रहेंगे आपके वो लोग, and eventually you will realize कि भले ही senior थे, but eventually they become very friendly. So all of that really helped further in life. ये काम हम लोग नहीं करते हैं, ठीक है? And networking means what? Networking means ये नहीं कि बस सामने से कुछ बोल दिए. Follow up with them. कहाँ जॉब कर रहे हैं? If you get a chance to go to those cities, go and meet them. I'll give you an example. when I was doing my MBA from Arizona, हमारे एक प्रोफेसर थे who was professor of investment banking, is very nice. उन्होंने कहा कि देखो, you are in Arizona, and most of the investment banking opportunities that you will find will be in cities like New York and Chicago and all these places. What you have to do is be brave. Pack your bags, go to New York, वहाँ पे जाके किसी चीप से मोटेल में या फिर हॉस्टल में जाके रूम ले लो. वहाँ जाने के पहले 15 से 20 सीनियर्स के साथ, एलुमनाई के साथ मीटिंग फिक्स करो कि भैया, all I want to do is pick your brain. I mean, I want to take you out for coffee. I'll pay for the coffee. I want to treat you for coffee. All I want to do is pick your brains about the opportunities in the industry and get your opinion. I'm not asking you for a job. I'm not going to be handing you my resume. I will not do that. All I want to do is take you out for 20-30 minutes just to understand your perspective and your experiences and all. Just to get to know you. Believe you me, a lot of seniors love this. They also want to know about your college की life में, college में क्या चल रहा है, फलाना प्रोफेसर क्या कर रहा है. They also want to know your experience कि तुम कैसा कर रहे हो. It becomes a very nice kind of interaction. Think about it. I was in Shimoga. Bangalore was 6 hours away. If I did this twice every year, how many seniors would I be in close touch with? How many job opportunities would that translate to? I would not even need my placement cell or companies coming to my company, I mean my college. I wouldn't even need any of that. तो ये सब चीज करना बहुत important है. ये networking करना बहुत important है. Problem ये होती है कि हम लोग when we are teenagers, we are or new adults, we are very introvert. खासकर Indian culture में हम लोग बहुत social नहीं होते. Most people are introvert.
Indian, हाँ.
हम लोग बहुत introvert होते हैं. ये एक चीज है जो हम लोगों को छोड़नी पड़ेगी. This is one thing that we have to get out of. Make an effort to do this. In the beginning क्या होगा ना, आपको effort लगाना पड़ेगा कि हाँ भाई, इस आदमी से networking कर रहे हैं, बल्कि अच्छा connection नहीं है, वो बंदा ठीक से मान नहीं रहा है. But after you do this for a while, you will get used to it, and you will end up making lots of friends that will, when अगर career में नहीं भी काम आता है, तब भी you will realize कि it's helping you in your personal life. I mean, more friends you have, more enriched your circle is, more enriched your life is. Okay, so you see that happening a lot. तो ये एक काम करना बहुत जरूरी है. network.
लेकिन when you are, हाँ, लेकिन when you are in your मतलब आप कॉलेज में हो, आप प्लेसमेंट के बारे में सोच रहे हो अपने थर्ड ईयर में, एंड how important are grades, मतलब लाइफ लॉन्ग के लिए तो वो ग्रेड्स कोई पूछता नहीं है, लेकिन बिफोर योर प्लेसमेंट सीजन स्टार्ट्स वो, बिकॉज कितना भी आप बोल लो कि ग्रेड्स विल नॉट हेल्प या कोई याद नहीं रखेगा, बट दैट इज द इनिशियल पॉइंट जहां कंपनीज आपको ग्रेड के हिसाब से ही पहले जज करती है, या उनका क्राइटेरिया रहता है कि इस ग्रेड के ऊपर वालों को पहले देखे, चेक करे. तो हाउ इम्पोर्टेंट आर ग्रेड्स?
देखो, ग्रेड्स आर इम्पोर्टेंट कि आपका एक मिनिमम कट ऑफ होना चाहिए. ओके, एंड व्हाई इज दैट? ऐसा नहीं है कि जो HRI भी है उसको समझ में आ रहा है कि आपको कंप्यूटर नेटवर्क्स में इतना ग्रेड क्यों आया, ठीक है, अपने माइक्रो प्रोसेसर में क्यों इतना स्कोर किया, उतना स्कोर क्यों नहीं किया. ही हैज नो क्लू. ओके, बेसिकली उसको पता नहीं है, जो इंटरव्यूअर है उसको फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. द ओनली थिंग दे वरी अबाउट इज दिस, भाई 500 लोग आए हुए हैं, मुझे 10 को चुनना है. हाउ डू आई स्टार्ट रिजेक्टिंग पीपल? जब मेरा इंटरव्यू हुआ, जब मेरा कैंपस प्लेसमेंट हुआ था, तो the cadre came and they had like 6 vacancies, 6 positions थे उनके पास में, and we had like 356 people who interviewed who went to the first round. So they progressively started, rejecting people, and then in the end they chose 6. So it's not a question of selection, it's a question of rejection. They want to reject people. So what are the different criteria there? Because कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा, they have to have some criteria ना. ये तो नहीं बोले कि हाँ भाई बंदा देखने में अच्छा है इसको ले लो, या फलाना है कि हाइट अच्छी है उसको ले. These are not criteria. So they have to find some legitimate criteria to reject people. That's where the grades come into play. ठीक है कि भाई इसको grades कम आ गए तो चलो हटाओ. Eventually that doesn't matter even. तो इसलिए क्या है कि make an effort to have that minimum grade, ताकि जब रिजेक्शन शुरू हो तो आप उसके अंदर रहें, you manage that criteria, and उसके बाद कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
So when you joined your first company, तो generally जब हम just right out of college होते हैं, वो we are still not that mature, या वो corporate environment में किस तरह से हमें अपने आप को carry out करना है, वो अभी भी idea नहीं होता है once you are just starting out in a corporate industry. तो how do you develop that, मतलब वो gap को किस तरह build करना चाहिए किसी को once he's starting out?
देखो, I think the most important thing is to behave like a student at least till 2 years of your even after graduating. कभी क्या होता है, for example, जब आप engineering कर रहे होते हैं, even if you do very well in one semester, you know कि next semester is totally new. इसमें ऐसा कुछ 7 सब्जेक्ट होगा, इसमें से 2 तो बिल्कुल दिमाग में घुसने वाला नहीं है, उसको तो पता नहीं कैसा. we have to come up with some strategy to pass that subject, है ना. 2-3 तो ऐसे ही रहेगा. For some reason हमारे बैच में क्या था कि we used to have like 3-4 of those. 7 में से 3-4 ऐसे आ गए जो कि कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा क्या चल रहा है. So that's why engineering plays a big role, because after 8 semesters you get into that kind of mindset कि भाई कुछ अगर unknown मेरे को आता भी है, then I'll manage it, I'll find a way to get it done. वही mindset लेके जाना है आपको first job में, और even I think first 2-3 जॉब होगा आपको वैसे चलना है. first 2-3 साल जो आपका होगा आपको वैसे चलना है. उसके बाद once you get a grasp of your of the things you're doing, and you learn about the technology, and you become an asset to the company, that's when you can start to think about other things, कि कौन सी company, कितना पैसा, and where should I go, what should I do. तो उसके पहले तक just have a student like mindset कि नया चीज आया है, सीखना है, who can teach me. Maybe there's somebody who is senior to you. होता ही है आपकी टीम में कि it's not like they will never form a team with all fresh graduates, है ना. They will have some people who are like senior to you, and तो उन लोगों से be humble, go and ask them कि भाई ये कैसे होगा, take them out for coffee or something, and बोलो कि भाई help me out a little bit, talk to your manager, be open, always be open. अगर कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, then don't hide it, because hiding is the worst thing that you will end up doing. देखो होता क्या है ना, लोग डरते हैं शुरू में कि भाई मुझे नहीं आ रहा है तो कंपनी बोलेगी खराब परफॉर्मेंस निकाल देगी. देखो, कंपनी के लिए एक नए बंदे को हायर करना is more difficult than इस पुराने बंदे को सिखाना. And if you have the attitude to learn something, they will prefer to teach you rather than fire you. ठीक है, तो ये चीज है. Have an open mindset. Knowledge हर जगह available है, आपके seniors के पास है. ऐसा है कि same group of people में you'll find people, your colleagues, your batchmates, who are smarter than you are. You have to accept the fact that there will be people who are much smarter than you are. Then go and जाके उनसे बात करें आप कि भाई ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कैसे करना है, can you help me out a little bit? And all of this will help you in building relationships, in making friends, and eventually having a good time. तो इसलिए ये सब चीजों को देखिए, पता है बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रेस लेने का नहीं है कि कॉलेज में कि जॉब लग गया है वहाँ पे कुछ. देखो, nobody will ask you for C programming. कोई आपको वो जॉब में वो करने को नहीं बोलेगा, ठीक है. सो and remember one thing कि आप हमेशा you be playing catch up. अब जो कॉलेज में पढ़ के आ रहे हैं, मोस्ट लाइकली आपको उसके बेसिस पे जॉब नहीं मिलेगा, ठीक है, मोस्ट लाइकली, ठीक है. बिकॉज जब तक आप पढ़ के निकले हैं, जब तक आपका सिलेबस चेंज होगा, तब तक यहाँ पे टेक्नोलॉजी चेंज हो चुका है, एक नया लैंग्वेज, एक नया फ्रेमवर्क चल रहा है. तो you have no way of being totally in sync. So have that open mind कि भाई कैसे करना है. How I just find a way to learn it. That's the only thing. I'll just find a way to learn it.
तो ये while you start working, बहुत सारे केसेस में मैंने ऐसे देखा है जो people who are just out of college, तो first option या उन्होंने इंजीनियरिंग जो भी करके आते हैं, first option is either to do MBA या फिर चलो नौकरी कर लेंगे then MBA. So लेकिन वेस्ट में बहुत सारे जैसे यूएस में भी कॉलेजेस हैं, वो प्रेफर करते हैं कि इफ यू आर कमिंग फॉर एन MBA तो कम से कम आपके पास कुछ वर्क एक्सपीरियंस हो. बट अनलाइक इट इन इंडिया, IIT NIT से सीधे सब कैट करके सीधे MBA कर रहे हैं. सो हाउ वुड यू सजेस्ट समवन हु इज जस्ट आउट ऑफ कॉलेज कि क्या एक्सपीरियंस लेना इम्पोर्टेंट है एंड देन गो फॉर एन MBA, या नहीं पहले MBA कर लो?
देखो, वो सब डिपेंड करता है on what you really want to do in life. उस पर डिपेंड करता है. For example, I know a lot of people in my friend circle who came to engineering college to become an engineer. उनके लिए engineering was not a simple graduation. So when you see people like this who went to IIT or something and then they just वहाँ से निकलने के तुरंत बाद कैट कर लिया and then they went for an MBA. When you look at those people, you realize कि they never wanted to be an IIT and they never wanted to be an engineer in the first place. ऐसा नहीं कि इंजीनियरिंग करते करते लगा कि नहीं अब मुझे कैट कर लेना चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं है. They most likely they had that idea even before they went to went to IIT. उसके बाद से उनको आइडिया था, ठीक है. So those people maybe already knew to begin with कि IIT is just a stop. My eventual destination is CAT करके MBA करना, which is also not bad if you're that focused and if you're that clear about your goals. Then and if you're that capable कि भाई आप हमेशा IIT and IIM से निकाल रहे हैं, then there's no issue. Issue होता है हम लोगों के साथ, like people who are in the middle, ठीक है. तो हम लोगों के साथ क्या होता है कि अगर आप इंजीनियरिंग करके तुरंत अगर आप MBA करने चले जाते हो, you just keep on studying stuff. आपने कभी कुछ नया सीखा ही नहीं. Understand? आप बस एक तरह की किताब पढ़ते पढ़ते you went to studying a different kind of books, ठीक है. So you never really like applied something या कुछ किया नहीं आपने. MBA भी आप करने जा रहे हैं. What is MBA? Masters of Business Administration, ठीक है. What do you know about business? What was your brush with business? कभी ऐसा हुआ कि आपने you ever came across any kind of business? अगर आप कॉमन लोगों की बात करें, आप इंजीनियरिंग करने गए, आपने फाइनली पास कर लिया, now it's your turn to have a brush with business. अब जब जॉब करने आते हैं, then you start getting your salary, then you start understanding कि भाई क्लाइंट क्या है, क्लाइंट की क्या रिक्वायरमेंट्स है, क्लाइंट कैसे बिलिंग करता है हम लोगों के साथ में, बिजनेस मॉडल क्या है हमारा, है ना. Those things you learn while you are doing your engineering stuff. So you are doing engineering, you are an engineer, but you learn these things in the side. Then when you go for an MBA, then your MBA accounting, marketing, human resources, all of those things, then they start making sense because now these allied things, the side में आपने जो knowledge gain किया, अब इन चीजों को के बारे में आप इन डिटेल आप पढ़ते हैं, ठीक है। सेकंड चीज क्या है कि जॉब करते करते यू रियलाइज कि डू आई रियली वांट टू डू एन एमबीए और नॉट, ठीक है, ये भी इंपॉर्टेंट है, और किस तरह का एमबीए करना है, ठीक है। मे बी आपने देखा कि ठीक है मेरी कंपनी ने फलानी कंपनी को एक्वायर कर लिया, तो दैट पिक्ड योर इंटरेस्ट। अच्छा एक्वायर किया तो कैसे एक्वायर किया भाई, तो लेवरेज बाय आउट किया या कैसे किया, या कितना पर शेयर कितना पे किया, क्यों खरीदा, मेरी कंपनी ने उस कंपनी को क्यों खरीदा। फॉर एग्जांपल इन आवर केस हमारी कंपनी का नाम था कैरिटर, and we bought a bigger company than us called Keen. Our company was $200 million and that company was like $800 million. Then our company bought it when I think it was a leveraged buyout. Bank ने support किया and then we went ahead and bought that company. वो company अपने को बेचना चाह रही थी, and you know we were in a good position. We wanted to leverage their clients and and we went ahead. So all these things pique your interest. अगर ऐसा लगता है कि ये फालतू की चीजें देखना ही नहीं है, इस बारे में क्या चल रहा है, अपना काम करो, देन तो एमबीए करके फायदा क्या फिर आपको। इवेंचुअली फिर से जाएंगे, फिर से अकाउंटिंग की किताबें पढ़ेंगे, फिर से आपको फाइनेंस की किताबें पढ़ाई जाएंगी, फिर से वही इंजीनियरिंग स्टाइल में आपको माथापच्ची करना है ना, इवन मोर स्ट्रेसफुल, बिकॉज एमबीए में क्या होता है ना, दे क्रैम एवरीथिंग इन 2 years. इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट, मतलब कि काफी of course there are people who are like very sharp, but for average people it's very difficult to to figure out कि किस तरह का एमबीए करना है, क्या स्पेशलाइजेशन करना है। इंजीनियरिंग में तो आपको पहले ही हो जाता है कि भाई क्या करना है आपको। एमबीए में तो होता है कि 1 साल करने के बाद आपको डिसाइड करना है कि आप क्या करना है। इट्स अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट थिंग टू डू, है ना। देन इसके बाद
तो आपने कब डिसाइड किया बेसिकली वाइल मतलब कि इंजीनियरिंग से मतलब पास आउट होते ही आपने डिसाइड किया था कि कुछ टाइम मैं नौकरी कर लेता हूँ एंड देन आई विल गो फॉर एन एमबीए, या नौकरी करते करते आपने डिसाइड?
वो भी नहीं, मैंने तो मतलब कि प्लस 2 जब मैं मेडिकल में नहीं हुआ उस समय डिसाइड कर लिया था कि अब इंजीनियरिंग करने के बाद एमबीए करना है। That's the way it is now. Again, like I said, whatever information you have, you make a decision based on that information. तो प्लस 2 करने के बाद आई हैड द इंफॉर्मेशन कि भाई ठीक है लोग इंजीनियरिंग करते हैं एंड देन दे गो फॉर एमबीए, तो ये भी एक पाथ है। सो नाउ आई विल गो इन दैट। अब उस पाथ में क्या रियलिटी है वो तो पता नहीं था, बस दिमाग में एक बन गया, है ना। तो अगर मेरा कैंपस प्लेसमेंट नहीं हुआ था, मे बी मोस्ट लाइकली इंजीनियरिंग पास करने के बाद आई वुड हैव स्टार्टेड प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर एमबीए आफ्टर दैट। बट इन हाइंडसाइट आई एम वेरी ग्रेटफुल कि वो प्लेसमेंट हो गया, मैंने काम किया काफी समय तक। That actually helped me in making sense of a lot of things I learned in my MBA. ठीक है, उसके बाद and even now when I'm in America right now, I hear people talking about outsourcing or jobs going to the other countries. I have a much better perspective on these things. When people talk about bring the jobs back, or you know these countries are taking advantage of us, I feel like laughing, because when I was doing my job when I was working in India, I know for a fact that the client, they replaced one of their engineers who was making $80-something an hour with 2 of our engineers and paid us like $18 an hour. So although we got the job, but the client made like $60 profit per hour, right? And that profit went to shareholders. If it's a bigger company like Amazon or Walmart or Bank of America, then that profit through their stocks went to index funds, and through index funds went to many people, है ना, जिनके पास भी retirement funds है। तो वही लोग आज खड़े होकर कंप्लेन कर रहे हैं, but they don't even know कि उनका जो retirement fund बना हुआ है, जो बन रहा है, it's all coming from that, है ना। So now I can make that connection. I know कि भाई कहाँ से हो रहा है, वहाँ पे किसको benefit हुआ, कितना हुआ. So that's how your experience helps you. तो इंडिया तो
जब आपने एमबीए के बारे में सोचा, तो इंडिया से करना है, बाहर से करना है, वो आपने कैसे फिगर आउट किया?
अच्छा, वो बेसिकली क्या हुआ कि when I started working, तो पहले क्या था कि अगर जॉब नहीं लगेगा then I'll immediately go for my MBA. ठीक है, that was the plan. जॉब लग गया, So now the plan was कि ठीक है कुछ दिन job कर लेते हैं, then we'll go for MBA. When I started, क्या कहते हैं, when I started preparing for my MBA, I actually got pretty good scores in CAT and all that. I managed to get in some good schools in India as well. And then I appeared in GMAT. I got a very good score in GMAT. I got 730 in GMAT. Then I realized कि अच्छा, now here's an opportunity. उस GMAT score के पहले तक I had not thought about going abroad. GMAT score में क्यों I was trying to get the GMAT score to get into some of the Indian schools like SP Jain में होता है, and then वो जो हैदराबाद में कौन सा कॉलेज है, IBS, International Business, ISB Hyderabad, उसमें. So I was planning for those schools. But once I got my score, I saw कि ठीक है अच्छा score आ गया. Then I started planning for different schools. I actually applied in I applied all over the world. I applied in Switzerland. I applied in Netherlands. I applied in Canada. I applied in US, in Singapore. Fortunately, got through a lot of those colleges, and then it became a question of scholarship. Ki, education abroad is very expensive. If you're earning in rupees and paying in dollars, it's a big challenge. So, which school is going to be able to give me a scholarship? So most of the schools gave me a scholarship. This school where I went to, they gave me almost 50% of my tuition fee was payable by the school. So okay, so that brought the cost within my range, and that's how I made the decision to go with it. Because eventually क्या होगा ना, आपको पैसे का भी देखना पड़ेगा कि आप कहाँ कितना पे कर सकते हो. ठीक है. When I got through some of the very good schools in Canada and also in Netherlands, there's a school called RSM, Rotterdam School of Management, Erasmus University in Netherlands. Very good school. उसमें हो गया था. They were also giving me some scholarship, but not as much. तो मुझे लगा कि ठीक है, I'm not going to be able to cover the tuition fee with the amount of scholarship that they're giving. So so I went to this school, and so that's how I made the decision.
ये आपका US related student visa वगैरह जो होता है,
इसमें US में क्या है ना,
US related जो student visa होता है, इसका processing क्या है? I mean, because right now the scenario with US और कितना uncertainty है, not basically related to the student visas, लेकिन जैसे H1B हो गया, मतलब बहुत सारी uncertainties हैं related to Indian मतलब जो भी US में जा रहे हैं. तो ये स्टूडेंट वीजा का क्या चक्कर है, कितना टाइम लगता है, मतलब once you have passed out of the college, कितने टाइम तक आपको रहने को अलाउड है या वो डिपोर्ट कर देते हैं, कैसा सारा प्रोसेस है?
I think स्टूडेंट वीजा जो होता है उसके लिए कुछ समझने, अच्छा let me give you a basic first, ठीक है. अंडरस्टैंड कि वीजा मिलने में प्रॉब्लम क्यों होती है. जो डॉक्यूमेंटेशन है, ठीक है, जो वीजा का जो डॉक्यूमेंटेशन होता है, दैट इज वेरी क्लियर कट. कॉलेज से आपको डॉक्यूमेंट्स मिल जाएगा, एवरीथिंग you can provide. The one thing that this country's US या फिर I think any other country wants to make sure is what are your intentions after graduating. तो अगर तुम आज देखोगे यूएस में ऑलमोस्ट आज के डेट में यूएस में काफी ज्यादा अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट है. तो the way government sells its policies or the way the government makes policies for solving its own unemployment problem is by checking कि कौन सा आदमी यहाँ पे क्या करने आ रहा है. अगर तुम यूएस पढ़ाई करने आ रहे हो, what are your intentions after that? Will you be competing in the US job market after that? अगर दिखता है कि हाँ, if by talking to you or by looking at your documents, if that's what they think, if you're coming to US with the sole purpose of finding a job in US, then they start doubting your first intention, that is getting of your education. इसका एक्चुअल पढ़ाई करने का मन नहीं है, ये आ रहा है कि यहाँ पे कैसे भी आकर के जॉब खोजने के लिए, ठीक है. So that's what he's coming for. So once he comes here, he will become one of those competitors in the local job market. ठीक है. This is the point that you have to consider when you go for a visa interview. How do you convince the people कि नहीं, मेरा actual intention पढ़ाई करने का. I came to the decision of pursuing this, higher studies over here through a thought. ये मेरा एक proper logical process था, follow करने के बाद मैं ये करना चाहता हूँ, and then after doing this, after graduating, I want to do X, Y, and Z things. Right? I'm clear about that. Most importantly, I'll come back to my country. This is what you have to. At least you have to convince them. And then, so if you manage to do that, then I don't think you will have many problems in getting a visa. जहाँ तक documentation का सवाल है, it's quite simple. Once you get admission into a school, क्या पहले आपको score लेना पड़ेगा, हाँ? You go to a GMAT score लेकर गया, तो GMAT score होने के बाद then you apply to the schools. You write your essays, you show it to full score, submit your GMAT score. Then many schools then interview you. After interviewing you, they make a decision कि आपको admission देना है नहीं देना है, scholarship देना है नहीं देना है, कितना देना है. Then if they accept you, then they send you a document called as I-120. That is basically a document that a school generates, and USCIS accepts the document. It's actually a USCIS document that school generates and sends to the students. Okay. I-120 मिलने के बाद, then you go online and you apply for the F1 visa, which is the student visa, and then at least for MBA, I have no idea about some of the other ones. Apply for the F1 visa, and then you go for the visa interview, and you show your documentation कि भाई पहला proof कि college से admission हो गया है, and look at all these offer letters and everything. Number one. Number two, you have to show कि भाई finances. Coming from countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, they know कि यहाँ का currency weaker than US currency है. So how will you finance your studies? This is important. वही अगर कोई यूरोप से आ रहा हो या फिर किसी और कंट्री से अगर आ रहा हो, किसी और वेस्टर्न कंट्री से आ रहा हो, then they would not put too much emphasis on that because they know कि ठीक है इन कंट्री से आ रहा है तो कुछ ना कुछ तो हो ही जाए. But India से आ रहा है तो भाई लगेगा कि ठीक है, India में there are people who definitely cannot afford education in US. So how do you plan to finance your education? Then they will check that. वो check करने के बाद फिर then they will ask you कि भाई why do you want to pursue MBA in this school? Have you thought about this whole thing, or is it just a sham? So they will basically inquire about these things कि क्या पढ़ना है, कहाँ पढ़ना है, क्यों पढ़ना है, to make sure कि भाई ये एक sham नहीं है, कोई scam नहीं कर रहे हो. And once they realize कि ठीक है, everything is fine, then they'll let you in. Then they will stamp your visa and send it to you. So the only thing I think is to understand कि एक genuine intention, एक genuine motivation show करना होता है, and then everything else is just a matter of formality. अगर तुम देखोगे H1B visa तुम देखोगे अगर क्यों उसको रुका गया है, just to digress a little bit, that's the whole point, because the government thinks कि H1B visa जिनको अपने यहाँ issue करेंगे तो बाहर के लोग यहाँ job करने आएंगे. If I don't approve those H1B visas, then the employers will have no choice but to hire local people. अब ये एक अलग बात है कि do they have that kind of skill set locally, या उतने लोग हैं या नहीं, या so those are different arguments for different day, but that's the whole point. ठीक है. अच्छा, इसमें problem क्या हो जाती है? I've seen people वहाँ देखो ये चीज important है कि I've seen people failing the visa interviews and getting visa rejected when they're not able to answer those basic questions about the intention. ठीक है. अच्छा, एक चीज और बता दूं उसमें कि होता क्या है कि after you graduate, so while you are studying, then the government gives you I think 1 year of OPT, optional practical training. So while studying you can do so that's a permission to do internships. And then after you graduate, then the government gives you I think 1 or 2 years of CPT. It's called comprehensive professional training or compulsory practical training basically. So that is like 1 or 2 years after graduation. So if you have the CPT, you can work for 1 or 2 years after graduation. That is basically to allow you to get some practical knowledge after your graduation and then go back to your own country. That's the whole idea. But then
तो ये
what happens?
वहाँ पे जैसे इंडिया में हमारा जो बेसिक सिनेरियो कि हर कॉलेज आपको एक प्लेसमेंट सेल होता है, चाहे MBA हो चाहे इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेजेस में, they bring several companies और फिर आप placed होते हो. तो यूएस में भी वैसा ही सिनारियो है या आपको खुद ढूंढना पड़ता है जॉब?
तो यूएस में भी वैसा ही है. I mean, every school has their own I mean placement cell. But यहाँ पे थोड़ा different है mindset लोगों का. What they focus more on is training the students to face those interviews, and then they invite the companies to come and post jobs on the college job site. ठीक है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि वहां से वो लेके आएंगे ही और एक दिन आएगी. It depends on the company's needs. It's not because they have a good relationship with the HR या placement cell that they will definitely come. ऐसा नहीं है. कंपनी को need है, then they will place something यहाँ पे. But again, वो structure वही है. They still have a placement cell. They will focus on training you. They'll focus on polishing your resume. These are important things. They will help you in understanding the importance of networking. They will understand your क्या कहते हैं उसको, you understand your motivation कि आप यहाँ से कहाँ जाना चाहते हैं, what kind of jobs you want to do, and based on that they might recommend you to some of the alumni who are working in different companies. So they'll put you in touch with those people. So placement cells act like a middleman kind of thing, and more student focused, and then they will have contacts to all these companies. Companies will just post their jobs on the job boards, and then based on your resume, then they will shortlist you for interviews, and then the things will go from there.
So जैसे कि you have already worked in the Indian company, मतलब Indian scenario में आपने काम किया हुआ है, आपने US के लोगों के साथ काम किया हुआ है, तो how would you, मतलब how professional are they compared to what we are in India? क्योंकि मैंने जितने लोगों से इंटरेक्ट किया है उनका हमेशा कंप्लेन रहता है कि इंडियंस आर नेवर ऑन टाइम, और वेस्टर्न या जर्मन, मोस्टली जर्मन क्लाइंट्स हमेशा टाइम के बहुत स्पेसिफिक टाइम से बहुत ही उनका जन्मों जन्मों का संबंध रहता है, ऐसा लगता है. So
वो सब
इज देयर यूएस में ऐसा क्या नेगेटिव आइडिया है हमारे बारे में एज अ इंडियन सोसाइटी कल्चर की, ये लोग हमेशा ही लेट रहते हैं, या फिर दे आर आल्सो वेरी वेलकमिंग?
देखो एक्चुअली अगर तुम यूएस, if you look at the US society, it's a very mixed society. I mean, America originally is a country of immigrants, and you have people out here who are from every kind of background, every kind of country. So many Indians over here. Everywhere you go, in all income levels, in all kinds of locations, you'll find Indians there who have been living here for a very long time. So इसलिए कोई एक again, there are all kinds of people, but in general जो लोग होते हैं उन लोगों का कुछ बहुत negative impression नहीं होता है. Indians ऐसे ही हैं, वैसे ही होते हैं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता, because they've been seeing Indians for a very long time, so ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. जहाँ तक बात professionalism का है, it's the same, but India में क्या होता है कि we have too many things to work on, not just on like one or two things. तो हम लोग जब when I was working there, I had like so many different things going on all the time. यहाँ पे क्या होता है कि you're specific. You work on few things, but you work in depth. So you expect responses on time regarding those things for everything you do. India में होता है कि भाई ठीक है, it's you are just a resource. You are given a lot of tasks to finish in a short amount of time, and then you just keep slogging away. Sometimes you're late. But even so, I don't think there's वैसा कुछ negative impression है Indians का लेकर के. वैसा कुछ नहीं है. I have friends who are working here, and they're all okay, they're all happy. वैसा कुछ नहीं. But again, it's like
so in the end अगर आपको कोई सजेशन देना हो स्टूडेंट्स को जो प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं एंट्रेंस के लिए, या जो ऑलरेडी अपना करियर स्टार्ट करने वाले हैं, तो एक ऐसा सजेशन या एडवाइस क्या होगा जो उनके लिए हेल्पफुल हो?
अच्छा, one of the key things that I would say is that when you're in your engineering college या किसी भी तरह की graduation में हो, focus on developing the intangible skill sets. आप जो पढ़ रहे हैं, for example, if you're studying about different kind of programming languages, database management systems, वो सब ठीक है, but learn to develop your intangibles. What are your intangibles? For example, learn to dress well in a professional setting. ठीक है, कि किस तरह के कपड़े पहन के आते हैं. Learn to communicate. Communication skills, very 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 important. क्योंकि हम लोगों का क्या होता है ना कि we are not able to express and communicate exactly what we're trying to say. बहुत सारे लोग, if you look at the many of the students coming from Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Odisha, हम लोग struggle करते हैं, बहुत struggle करते हैं कि भाई कैसे एक professional setting में कैसे communicate करें. तो that comes 3-4 साल के बाद वो आ जाता है, but in the beginning वो काफी struggle रहता है, ठीक है, कि कैसे करेंगे कैसे नहीं करेंगे. Third thing is कि try to always be courageous. कि अपने कंफर्ट जोन से निकल करके बाहर जा करके किसी से बात करने का करना, वो एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है. बहुत मुश्किल भी है, पता है, मतलब कि खासकर इफ यू कमिंग फ्रॉम अ स्मॉल टाउन, तो ऑटोमेटिकली कि भाई आई एम गोइंग टू एक बड़ी कंपनी में गए, वहाँ 50 लोग हैं, ऑल आर न्यू. हाउ डू आई गो एंड मेक फ्रेंड्स, एंड हाउ डू आई गो बिल्ड अ रैपोर्ट विद माय बॉस, हाउ डू आई डू ऑल दोस थिंग्स. वो बहुत मुश्किल चीज होता है, ठीक है. वो चीज बार बार करने की कोशिश करो. हाउ डू यू डू दैट? कॉलेज में हो तो ऐसे जो लोग हैं जिनसे कोई बात नहीं किया है, कभी नहीं किया, जाके उनसे बात करो. अगर इफ यू फील शाय टॉकिंग टू अ गर्ल, देन गो एंड टॉक टू अ गर्ल. जाके बात करो कि भाई ठीक है, इफ नथिंग एल्स, क्या होगा, गाली गलौज करेगा, है ना. तो उसके बाद तो और क्या, इससे ज्यादा कुछ होने वाला नहीं है. तो अच्छा, प्रोफेसर्स, वी ऑलवेज फील इंटिमिडेटेड, वी फील स्केयर्ड ऑफ प्रोफेसर्स, है ना. वो करो कि भाई आफ्टर आवर्स जाके उनसे बात करो कि भाई सर, आई एम हैविंग इश्यूज इन दिस में, ये समझने में नहीं आ रहा है. पता है, ये एक चीज मैंने बहुत किया था बैक इन माय इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज. आई रिमेंबर जब मेरा सी का, फॉर सम रीजन आई कुड नॉट अंडरस्टैंड प्रोग्रामिंग. एक मेंटल ब्लॉक हो जाया करता था कि समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि करना क्या है. So what I would do was I would go to our teacher and say कि ma'am, do you have some time afterwards, class के बाद. She said yeah, okay. So she would give me some time. I would go there and she would teach me for hour, 2 hours, and then she would say, how much did you understand? And I would say, I would have the courage to say nothing. Then she would say, okay, come back tomorrow again. So and then I'll go back again shamelessly, and I kept doing it over and over and over again till I learned. तो वो करना जरूरी है. अपना कंफर्ट जोन छोड़ के बाहर जाओ, थोड़ी बेशर्मी करो, लग जाओ उसमें, करना ही है कैसे भी करके. तो वो हो गया. Soft skills मैंने कह ही दिया कि soft skills, building, networking, meeting with different people, how do you talk, communication skills. English important है because India is a multilingual country. तो बहुत जगह से लोग आ रहे हैं, तो just to be able to communicate properly. ये सब कुछ in parallel करते रहो, in parallel of your regular studies, ठीक है. And develop hobbies, something, because होता क्या पता है, when you go for your MBA or any kind of higher education or any kind of job interview, and they ask you this question कि okay, इस resume के बाहर कौन है आप? Who are you outside this resume? And you're not able to, and you make up some excuse कि अच्छा, I used to be with that NGO, or I used to do this novel, and they would find out कि भाई you are nothing, you're just a one-dimensional person who knows nothing. But someone like you right now, you are a writer, you are a singer, you are a comedian, you are doing all these things along with your job. That is very rare in a society, and I feel so proud. Chotu, like coming from the same kind of background, I mean, you had the same inputs that we had. We were also in Jamtara, same kind of schools and everything. And where did we end up, and what are you doing right now? So these things are, that make me feel very proud. That creativity and the self drive to do all this. So find a hobby outside work. वो 2-3 घंटा एक हफ्ते में या फिर हर second, third day जो कि आप बैठ करके कुछ भी करें अपने आप को relax करने के लिए. It could be singing, dancing, listening to music, and reading novels, whatever you feel like. Develop that one hobby that you really feel. You can drive. ठीक है. Exercise करो, because what happens is कि most of the times, by the time we graduate, we are like, we have lost, we are not in touch with any kind of exercise or sports or anything. But after a couple of years of engineering, then we become totally lethargic, we start having health issues and all that. So health पे focus करो, कुछ exercise वगैरह करने पे ध्यान दो, and just enjoy life. पता है, one thing, one of my most precious things today is my friend circle. मेरे engineering college में जो friends बने, they are still my friends. We are still so comfortable with each other. We say nonsense. हम लोग बात करते हैं घंटों बाद. अभी हम लोगों का ये ग्रुप कॉल होता है, वीडियो कॉल्स, एंड वी आर जस्ट, घंटा 2 घंटा 3 घंटा कब बीत गया पता ही नहीं चलता है. I mean, all of them have kids. All of them are like grown up and they're in different parts of the world. But जब साथ में जमा होते हैं तो पता ही चलता है कि कहाँ समय निकला, क्या हो गया. So value that those relationships in your engineering college or anything like that, है ना, तो बहुत important होता है. और अच्छे फ्रेंड्स बनाओ, एंजॉय करो लाइफ को, बिकॉज़ ये 4 साल फिर लौट के नहीं आने वाला इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज का. So have fun. That's important.
So thank you very much for sharing your experiences. लेकिन before we wrap this up, क्योंकि आपने इतना कुछ शेयर किया है, तो ताकि आप भी कुछ सीख के जाए, इसीलिए एक छोटा सा गिटार लेसन आपके लिए. बेसिक आपको गिटार का पता ही होगा, ये इसे फ्रेटबोर्ड कहते हैं. ये 6 स्ट्रिंग्स होते हैं, इन्हें E, A, D, G, B, E कहा जाता है. Easier to remember, Easter bunny gets drunk at Easter. और वे बहुत सारे कॉर्ड्स प्रोग्रेशन है, लेकिन सबसे आसान वाला आपको मैं दिखाऊंगा. ये इन 4 फिंगर्स से जनरली आप कॉर्ड्स पकड़ते हो. तो ये जो फर्स्ट फ्रेट का सेकंड स्ट्रिंग है, इसमें आप एक फिंगर डालोगे, सेकंड फ्रेट का फोर्थ में एक, एंड थर्ड फ्रेट का फिफ्थ में. तो इसे कहते हैं सी मेजर.
अच्छा,
तो कुछ ऐसा साउंड करता है. एंड सिमिलरली फर्स्ट फ्रेट का फर्स्ट और सेकंड स्ट्रिंग एक साथ पकड़ोगे, सेकंड फ्रेट का थर्ड स्ट्रिंग, थर्ड फ्रेट का फिफ्थ, एंड थर्ड फ्रेट का सिक्स्थ. इसको कहते हैं एफ मेजर. तो एक सिंपल सा गाना जो हमारे इस सिनेरियो को मतलब फिट बैठता है, तो वो आपको इन्हीं 2 कॉर्ड्स में मैं बजा के दिखाऊंगा. अगर आप कभी बजाना चाहें तो आपके लिए फायदेमंद रहेगा. सारी उम्र हम मर मर के जी लिए, अब तो हम हमें जीने दो. सारी उम्र हम मर मर के जी लिए, अब तो हम हमें जीने दो. ला 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 बस.
very nice, very nice. अच्छा, thank you for the lesson.
Thank you. और thank you for joining. और I'm glad कि आपने अपना important time निकाला मेरे लिए, and I'm very happy कि you became a part of this show. Thank you very much.
Thank you for making me a part. It was a pleasure.